Caitlin. Hey, John. This is Lori with Soul Sisters Digital Design. Katie had sent me over your information, and I'm going to give you a call here very shortly, but I wanted to go ahead and make this video kind of showing you how your business is stacking up against the competition online and give you some tips on things you can do to improve things. Now, as Google crawls the web, it is really looking for three things: content, backlinks, and citations. So those are the things I'm going to be talking about in this video. Now, content really is referring to the words and images on your site. And so Google likes to actually see between 1,500 and 2,000 words, kind of at a minimum, on your page to give it a good idea of what you do and where you are. The exact amount kind of depends on the competition and the number of keywords needed. So what's a keyword? A keyword is anything someone might type into Google looking for a particular service or product. And your content is what allows you to really let Google know what you want to be found for. So Google, you tell Google exactly what kind of people might be interested in your service or product. So for you guys, you are video production, and so you're in Gainesville. So you definitely want to make sure that that is all over your page, along with the areas that you serve, so that Google can tell users that you exist. Now I've got your website pulled up here, and I gotta say I love the look of it. I love all of the videos that you guys have, but the problem with this kind of thing is not necessarily a problem, but the thing to consider is that there is no content. So it is very hard for Google to find you. Even when I go into the enter section and where you display this stuff with your work, each one of these could give you potential to talk about like what these stories are. And you could use that to add that content. I do love it though. It's very sharp. And your work is fantastic. But let's take a look at what a Google search might look like so we can find some of your competitors. So I just typed in video production, Gainesville, Florida, and what comes up first, which always is the case if there's enough businesses to do it, is a map. There's usually 3 businesses on it, sometimes there's 4. That fourth one's usually an ad. Now, more and more people are using these maps because they're just so darn friendly to use. They're easy to use. People can see how far away from them you are. They can see reviews. It's a really good snapshot for consumers and for people looking for services. Now, how you get in here is you need to make sure that you have a Google business page, which I did notice that you guys do. You need to make sure it's completely completely filled out and optimized for the search engines. And then you also need to have obviously some reviews and some good scores for reviews. But one of the main factors is having your name, address, and phone number listed in as many relevant directories on the web as possible. So Yelp and Yellow Pages, etc. The more times you do that, the more power it gives to your profile. And each place that you put that name, address, and phone number in the exact same format is considered a citation. So the idea is that your brand begins to be found by Google all over the internet. And the larger your online presence is, the more Google trusts you. And so, and you do want to be in these top 3 because you will see a 30% increase in traffic to your website just by being in the top 3 over the organic results. Now, moving on. So the down below the map pack is what we call the organic results. And all that means is not paid. So in order to choose some competitors to compare you against, I wanted to see who was the top. And so the first one that I find is bettermeproductions.com. I don't really count directories. So Clutch and this Production Hub and Yelp, these are all directories. In fact, I had to go all the way to the second page to come up with, and Upwork, to come up with Beverlyboy.com. So for the purposes of this video, that's who I'm going to compare you against. Betterme Productions and Beverlyboy, their Gainesville office. Now, when I'm comparing websites, I like to use a tool called RFs. It allows me to compare websites regardless of industry and regardless of any other factor. So by looking at your website, I can see that you are actually, sorry, I wanted to go to to standardized view. I can see that you are actually not being found for any keywords, which makes sense. As we talked about, there's really no content on your website, and you're not getting any hits organically from it. If we look at Better Me Production, this is their website. They have got some content, not a ton, but they do have some, and they're being found for 29 keywords. So let's drill down and see what they are. So that one that I actually searched for, Gainesville video production, that actually, that's not the same one. This is the one I was looking at. So Gainesville video production sounds like it's a better keyword because it's being searched twice as much as the one that I did. But that's 40 times per month that people are looking for that. Well, they are in the number 2 spot. So because of that, they are getting 5 hits per month, 5 unique visitors per month for that term alone. So you can see the impact that content and the ability to target a keyword can have on the number of people seeing you. And then for Beverlyboy Productions, this is actually a franchise. So when I look at the franchise, they have a lot of keywords. But for the Gainesville specific location, which is what I wanted to look at for you, they're growing, but they only are being found for 2-week keywords so far. So they're getting 2 hits per month. I didn't even say, but Better Me Productions is getting 33 visitors per month for their page. That's a reflection of them being at the top. Now, the other thing that I like to look at is what we call a backlink profile. So a backlink profile, well, a backlink is anything, anywhere you find a website linking to another via clickable or hyperlinked text. So these links act like an endorsement of your website from others, which Google uses again to build trust in your business. It's basically seeing the others vouching for you. And it's pretty much like a popularity contest where the person with the most wins, people pointing at them, but not all links are created equal. So you really want to make sure that the ones that you get are relevant to your business, powerful in their own right if possible, and local websites will work best. So when I'm analyzing and comparing websites, one of the things that I look at in this RFs is these 2 numbers right here. This is this mimics the Google algorithm, and it kind of shows how much does Google trust you and how powerful are you, how related to that backlink profile. This is on a scale of 0 to 100. So right now you're at a 3 related to trust and a 3.9 on power. The best, the ideal ratio for these 2 is you want to be as close to the same as possible because you want the ratio to be as close to 1 as possible. We call that the golden kind of spot, because you want to be as trusted as you are powerful. So let's look at Better Me Productions. They are actually at an 18 related to trust and a 6 related to power. So there's some room definitely to beat them. And then for Gainesville, they're pretty powerful because they are part of a franchise. So that power is being driven in many ways from the other parts of the domain, because they are a franchise and the domain stuff is driving some of their power. But trust-wise, they're not that high. Now, when all of these things come together, the content, the backlinks, the citations, when all of that stuff really starts to come together, you begin ranking higher and higher, and more customers will find you, which they should because your work is fantastic. But if you find yourself wanting to learn more, and actually I'm going to call you anyway, you're always welcome to reach out. I can get you some more information. But basically what I like to do is talk about your goals and figure out like what it is you want to do, like how far you want to grow, how far you want to scale. And so when we do that, then I'll do some research and figure out what would be realistic and what it would take to reach those goals. Again, my name is Lori with Soul Sisters Digital Design, and I'm going to call you very shortly, but I want to get this out to you first. Have a great day. Thanks for watching.